Ladies and gentlemen,
Mesdames et messieurs,
welcome to the 2015 Engineers Canada Awards Gala here in Calgary, Alberta.
bienvenue au Gala des Prix 2015 d'Ingénieurs Canada, ici dans la ville de Calgary.
Please welcome your host for this evening, Martin Latulippe, philanthropist, inspirational speaker, and author of 4 best-selling books.
Good evening, Engineers Canada! Bonsoir, Engineers Canada! Ça va bien tout le monde? Oh, I love it. The energy is amazing already. Don't you think? Yeah, if you're having a great day so far, I want to hear you scream loud and clear. Fantastic! Nice. So, distinguished guests, honored awards recipients for tonight. I'm so thrilled to be back with you again this year in beautiful Calgary. And apparently, according to Mr. Google, it's the sunniest city in Canada. Did you know this? 2,600 hours of sun per year. And I mean, today was the perfect example of that. Don't you agree? That was an amazing day. Woo! And Calgary is also known for the Stampede. Did you know this? Yes? If you knew this, I want to hear you scream loud and clear. Yeehaw! Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun here tonight. But what I didn't know was that the Stampede is known as the biggest outdoor event in the world. This is very impressive. And one last thing on Calgary that I have found on Google, it's also very often referred to as the cow town. Did you know this? Because of his vast grassland, and it's just cow town. I thought that was kind of an ironic thing, because in 2007, Forbes.com declared Calgary as the cleanest city in the world. I know. I can tell you guys are not as impressed as I was, but so Cowtown or not, it seems to me that the cowboys clean up pretty well after all. So on that clean note, folks, let's get the ball rolling, shall we? So tonight, we are here to celebrate Canada's top national engineering awards, the 2015 Engineers Canada Awards. La première personne que j'aimerais inviter sur le podium ici ce soir est un membre éminent de la profession d'ingénieur. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the President of Engineers Canada, Dr. Paul Amiot. Come on, get it, come on! That was just for you, sir.
You shouldn't have to pump them up like that, though, Martin. Bienvenue, Martin. And thank you for participating again in this year's awards ceremony. I would like to thank everyone here for coming to Calgary, Alberta, Cowtown, as I've now learned, to celebrate our profession. Over the years, we have been witness to innovation in engineering and certainly an increased appreciation for all engineers and what they bring to society. Thank you once again to all of our partners this week who have taken the time to join us and for their generosity in supporting this awards gala. Tonight, we are here to honor those who have excelled in their field and who will have a never-ending influence on engineering in Canada and around the world. I wish you an excellent evening. Enjoy the stories of your colleagues being celebrated tonight, and also enjoy your meal. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, M. Amiot. Alors, nous sommes réunis ici ce soir pour poursuivre la tradition de reconnaître l'excellence d'ingénieurs, d'étudiants ingénieurs et de projets d'ingénierie qui contribuent à cette remarquable profession et à la société. Les lauréats de cette année nous proposent des solutions concrètes aux défis auxquels ils sont confrontés. Congratulations to Engineers Canada Awards Committee, chaired by Daryl Benson, in selecting such a deserving group of recipients.
We are able to celebrate this great profession of engineering thanks to the continued and gracious support of our sponsors. And it gives me great pleasure to again express our heartfelt thanks to TD Meloche Monex, Manulife Financial, Great West Life, and Encon Group Incorporated. Thank you very much.
And now, our first award this evening is the award for the support of women in engineering. A member of Professional Engineers Ontario, Samantha Espley, is a highly respected member of the Sudbury engineering community. Her career trajectory at Valley and previously with Glencore has seen her move quickly through increasingly responsible roles from engineer in training in 1988 to mining research engineer in 1990 to her current role of General Manager of the Mines and Mills Technical Services Department in Valley's Ontario operations. Ms. Espley has received the International Women's Week Award, the Canadian Institute of Mining Distinguished Service Medal, and the University of Toronto Faculty of Applied Science and Engineering's 2T5 Mid-Career Award and the Trailblazer Award for Women in Mining Canada. Let's have a look at Samantha's video.
Samantha Espley is a long-standing member of Professional Engineers Ontario. She is the General Manager of the Mines and Mills Technical Services Department for Valley's mining and milling operations in Sudbury, Ontario. Ms. Espley leads a multidisciplinary group of more than 200 engineers, geologists, metallurgists, technologists, and associated staff. She has dedicated the last 26 years to clearing a path for women to excel in senior management roles in mining. Samantha is a graduate of the University of Toronto's Department of Geotechnical Engineering, and she received her Master of Applied Science in Mining Engineering from Laurentian University.
Inspirée par son père, un ingénieur minier, et son amour des sciences et des mathématiques, elle est devenue une pionnière dans le secteur minier.
In addition to her role at Valley, Ms. Espley has published and presented over 60 papers, reports, and publications since graduation, addressing topics ranging from underground mine designs and automation systems to the role of women in the mining industry. Samantha is a founding member of WISE, Women in Science and Engineering. WISE serves as a network and support organization for women in the profession and promotes engineering and science careers to girls and young women. She has also spent many hours volunteering as a speaker and running science and engineering events for Go and Girl and for the Science Olympics. Whenever possible, she volunteers with her daughters as she has a strong commitment to family as well as community.
Compte tenu de sa passion pour le génie minier, Samantha a été un modèle pour sa famille. Ses deux filles aînées étudient actuellement le génie minier à l'Université Laurentienne et son fils est étudiant en technologie de matériel lourd au Cambrian College.
For her achievements as an engineer and her significant contributions in supporting women in the industry, Engineers Canada is proud to present the 2015 Award for the Support of Women in the Engineering Profession to Samantha Espley.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Samantha Espley.
I was warned. I'm the first one up at the podium today, so I'm setting the bar high, guys, okay? There's a bunch of men getting some awards tonight, and congratulations to all of them as well. I am thrilled. I am so thrilled to be the recipient of this award. It represents the efforts of a large group of like-minded individuals. I'm humbled, I am honored to be the one standing here accepting this award on behalf of such an amazing team back home in Sudbury. There is a tremendous opportunity for more women to fill roles in engineering and science. Tell your daughters, tell your grandkids, tell all the girls that you know that there are opportunities for them, and this is for the betterment of society. Diversity is everything. Advocacy for women is vital for this success. There are fabulous jobs for men and women in engineering and science, in a wide array of functions, in all kinds of industries, addressing a range of challenges all around the world. In our work as engineers, we draw upon innovation and excellence in providing solutions. We balance technical, social, and commercial aspects with our solutions, and always with a mandate to protect life. I want to thank Engineers Canada for this amazing award gala. And thanks to all of you for being here tonight, participating and celebrating well-deserved recognition of engineers across our amazing country. Thank you to all the people who promote, govern, and administer our honorable profession. I want to thank the University of Toronto, my first alumni, for nominating me, and for my employer, Vale, for their continued work on raising the attraction and support for women in engineering and in the mining industry. I want to thank my mentors and my supporters, particularly one amazing pioneering woman in this country called Dr. Monique Fries. She taught me to be proud of my leadership regarding equal opportunities for men and women. I want to thank Mark Boudreau, my husband. He's here. He's the key reason I am here tonight. He's been my rock, my support, and he's the reason that we're raising our family with 4 children in Sudbury, Ontario. Okay, this may be cow country, but according to Stats Canada, just saying, Sudbury was voted the happiest city in Canada. I'm proud to be part of that community. I'm proud of its rich mining heritage. Did you know Calgary was actually ranked number 25 on that list? And what? It doesn't make sense, I know. I was looking out at the foothills, the mountains. It's beautiful here, right? And I'm a horse lover. This is horse country. I would be happy living here. My husband and I went to the Vintage restaurant last night. We had this server. She showed us amazing Alberta beef. It was to die for. And we had incredible beef last night and wine from this western part of the country. So, I will say what a beautiful country we live in, and very proud to be part of it. In closing, I just wanted to say I'm very fortunate to stand shoulder to shoulder with an amazing group of people who advocate for women in engineering. On behalf of that group, I thank you for this wonderful recognition. Enjoy your evening.
Congratulations, Miss Esprit. Ooh, a little bit competitive. Our next award is being presented for the 3rd time, the Award of Journalism Excellence in Engineering. Notre prochain prix est décerné pour la 3e fois. Il s'agit du prix d'excellence en journalisme dans le domaine de l'ingénierie. Ingénieurs Canada reconnaît le rôle important que jouent les journalistes lorsqu'ils informent le public sur des enjeux qui ont un impact dans la vie quotidienne. Le prix d'excellence en journalisme dans le domaine de l'ingénierie honore les journalistes qui présentent, en mots ou en images, un point de vue juste quant aux impacts du génie sur des enjeux importants comme la santé, les infrastructures, la technologie ou la prospérité économique. Jonathan Kay was born and raised in Montreal. Woohoo! Just kidding. Sexiest city in the world. I'm just kidding. According to me. He graduated, that was not in his bio, just so you know. He graduated from McGill University in 1992 with a bachelor's degree in metallurgical engineering, economics, and Japanese language. Following short employment contracts in Australia and Japan, Jonathan returned to McGill's engineering department as a computer programmer and postgraduate student, receiving a master's degree in metallurgical engineering in 1994. Jonathan then studied at Yale Law School, where he received his law degree in 1997. Jonathan became a member of the New York Bar in 1998. The subject of Jonathan's article was the engineering problems that have led to the shortened lifespan of Montreal's Champlain Bridge. Let's look at Jonathan's video.
Jonathan Kay is the editor of The Walrus magazine, a national general interest magazine about Canada and its place in the world. And he is also a columnist for the National Post op-ed page and a blogger for the National Post's full comment website. He has received Canada's National Newspaper Award, both for critical writing and editorial writing.
Né et ayant grandi à Montréal, il a obtenu un baccalauréat en génie métallurgique, en économie et en langue japonaise de l'Université McGill. Après plusieurs affectations en Australie et au Japon, M. Kay est retourné au département de génie de McGill à titre de programmeur en informatique et d'étudiant de deuxième cycle et a obtenu une maîtrise en génie métallurgique en 1994.
Jonathan then studied at Yale Law School, where he became a member of the New York Bar in 1998. The subject of Jonathan's winning article published in the National Post was the engineering problems that have led to the shortened lifespan of Montreal's Champlain Bridge. Millions of Canadians are aware that this bridge will soon be replaced, but few understand why the bridge deteriorated so quickly. His article steps readers through the basic design of the bridge, with a focus on the components that are now in the worst state of repair, specifically the 50-meter-long concrete girders bound together by transverse steel cables used to build the pier-to-pier spans, which comprise most of the 3.4-kilometer bridge's length.
Dans son article, M. Kay explique comment la cambrure excessive des poutres en béton, combinée à l'absence d'un réseau de drainage systématique et à l'utilisation de sel en hiver, a provoqué l'accumulation d'eau de pluie et d'eau de fonte de neige contaminée par le sel le long de l'axe du pont, ce qui a entraîné la corrosion des poutres par l'intérieur.
The major challenge was describing all of this for lay readers, especially such concepts as cambering and concrete reinforcement. Through his engaging writing style, coupled with the use of creatively conceived illustrations, Jonathan was able to bring to light an important engineering story that resonates with the public and engineers alike. For his journalistic insights into the world of engineering, Engineers Canada is proud to present the 2015 Award of Journalism Excellence in Engineering to Jonathan Kay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jonathan Kay.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. The irony is that if I had actually stayed in the business of engineering, there's no way I would have ended up in this room. Because I wasn't especially good as an engineer, but I was always a pretty good writer. So I was able to combine that into a career. I'd love to thank the sponsors of this wonderful event. It's incredibly rewarding for me to have spent all those years studying engineering. In the end, I became a writer, and to then be able to use those skills to articulate some principles of engineering about a matter that's of huge public policy interest, because we're talking about a multi-billion-dollar replacement for the Champlain Bridge in Montreal. I mean, that's just, it's amazing for me. It makes me feel like those 7 years of engineering were not a waste. I'd also like to thank my editors at the National Post. You know, when I wrote this article, I wrote the article for lay readers, but maybe as you saw from the snippets, the article actually contains a lot of technical information. And for the average reader, it's a little bit dense. There's a lot of diagrams, there's a lot of science. But to their credit, My editors did not try to dumb it down. They did not try and sort of replace a lot of the technical stuff with human interest stories, which sometimes people do when it comes to this kind of story. I'd like to name my editors by name. It's Rob Roberts, Kevin Libben, Steve Maurice. I'd also like to thank the engineers who spoke to me. You know, one of the big treats for writing this article is the guy who designed the Champlain Bridge, one of them, his name is Hugh Prattley. He was actually alive last year. Unfortunately, he died earlier this year at the age of 88. But I was able to interview him at his home in Montreal. And for those who know him, he was actually a legend of bridge construction in North America, as was his father. So, I mean, that was just a rare treat. And also Said Mirza at McGill University. And I'd also like to thank my mentor and master's degree supervisor, Frank Mucciardi, at McGill University. I went to metallurgical engineering at McGill. It was a very small group of people. I got to meet legends in the industry. Bill Williams was the head of metallurgy there for many, many years. Just a huge figure in Montreal engineering. So yeah, it was a great experience, and to stand on stage and be in a room with other engineers, it's a great experience. One more thing I'd like to say before I leave the stage. The reason I was able to write the article was that engineers were willing to talk to me. You know, Professor Mirza was willing to spend hours of his day talking to me, educating. You know, I'm not a civil engineer. Said Mirza at McGill is a civil engineer, and he was willing to step me through all of the technical details that led to the deterioration of the Champlain Bridge. And that's something that I think engineers at a very high level have to do. They have to take the time to communicate. If they don't communicate to journalists, to politicians, to policymakers, you're going to get more mistakes in the procurement of infrastructure, as it turns out the Champlain Bridge was in the late 1950s and early 1960s. The amount of knowledge contained in the engineering profession in Canada is absolutely vast. I got a little taste of it when I wrote this article and in my studies, but what we need in Canada is more of that information and knowledge and expertise percolating up into the people who make decisions about the kind of infrastructure we have in this country, and obviously the people in this room have a leadership role in that. So thank you very much.
Félicitations, Monsieur Kay. Et maintenant, regardons la vidéo d'Ancon. Now let's hear from Ancon, the sponsor of our next award, Young Engineering Achievement Award.
In our 45-year relationship, ENCON and Engineers Canada have worked together to foster greater understanding of the strong relationship between construction and insurance. In a global economy, it's important to recognize the need for balance between commercial endeavors and loss prevention. Canada is the fourth largest exporter of engineering services in the world, and we find ourselves working in diverse and far-ranging environments. As young engineers enter the workforce, they are increasingly finding work on projects that extend beyond our borders. At ENCON, we are committed to providing your members with stable and long-term insurance solutions, along with risk management expertise that is global in reach. As engineering projects become more complex, larger in scope and scale, our goal is to foster collaborative relationships to take advantage of experience and expertise available around the world. Canada's access to sophisticated technologies and experience in diverse areas of engineering makes us well suited to promote greater interaction and share our expertise in a global environment. We are proud to support your awards program as you recognize outstanding achievement in a profession that impacts our lives both here and abroad. Les ingénieurs sont réellement au service du monde.
Merci à Ancon pour leur appui. La profession l'apprécie énormément. I would like to ask our Ancon Group representative, Stephen Panchuk, to present our third award. The Young Engineer Award Achievement is given for outstanding contribution in a field of engineering by an engineer 35 years of age or younger. Suresh Nitarajan is an assistant professor in the School of Engineering at the University of Guelph. Dr. Nitarajan has an outstanding record of achievement and recognition in research of biological and biomedical systems through instrumentation and nanotechnology. Suresh has contributed to research and development that consists of design and development of technology and processes to solve the quality-related problems in the food, grain, and agriculture industry. Let's watch the video.
Assistant professor in the School of Engineering at the University of Guelph, Dr. Nitarajan has achieved global stature through his outstanding research and accomplishments in the area of biological and biomedical engineering. Dr. Nitarajan received his Bachelor of Science from the Tamil Nadu Agricultural University in India and his PhD in Biosystems Engineering from the University of Manitoba. A member of Professional Engineers Ontario, he is considered the Canadian leader in microfluidics and bio-nanotechnology for agricultural, food, and biomedical applications.
Monsieur Nitarajan a grandi dans une ferme en Inde où l'on faisait 3 récoltes par année. De 30 à 50% de ces récoltes étaient perdues en raison de la chaleur, des insectes, d'un manque de compétences en gestion et de l'absence des techniques nécessaires à l'amélioration de la conservation.
As a young man, Suresh decided to become an engineer in order to find solutions to these problems and to enhance the quality of the post-harvest produce.
Monsieur Nitarajan a contribué à la recherche-développement des technologies et des procédés visant à résoudre les problèmes liés à la qualité dans les secteurs agroalimentaires et biomédical. Pour lui, ce sont les petites choses qui importent. Et en nanotechnologie, petit signifie très très petit. Un nanomètre est égal à 1 millionième de millimètre.
To put that into perspective, a strand of hair is about 100,000 nanometers. Dr. Nitarajan has developed nanotechnology techniques to help improve the understanding and market potential of buckwheat and quinoa, as well as measuring how preservatives affect pathogenic microbes. He has developed biosensors for detection of the avian influenza virus and has patented an on-form deployable detection tool for metabolic diseases in cows for veterinary health applications. A visionary with an ample supply of determination and dedication, he is prepared to commit himself to success without reservation. Engineers Canada is proud to present the 2015 Young Engineer Achievement Award to Dr. Suresh Nitarajan.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the recipient of the 2015 Young Engineering Achievement Award, Dr. Suresh Nitarajan.
Thank you to my nominator, Professor Dr. Rudra, Dr. Hussain Abdullah, the Director of the School of Engineering of the University of Guelph, Dr. Tony Vanelli, the Dean of the College of Physical and Engineering Sciences, for their unwavering support and for all the contributions and the direct and indirect support and mentorship I have been receiving over the past 4 years. Thank you. More importantly, thank you to the team members of the Bio-Nano Laboratory, the undergraduate co-op students, the graduate students, the PhD masters, MASc, and the MN students, and also the postdoctoral fellows and the research technicians of the Bio-Nano Lab for their hard work and their unwavering support. Thank you.
Each day, engineers like you commit themselves to improving the world we live in. You make a difference with teamwork, leadership, innovative thinking, and creative solutions. What one person sees as an obstacle, an engineer sees as an opportunity. What another person says is not possible, you say it's possible. It's this dedication and drive that makes the difference and that has distinguished Canada as a leader in the international engineering community. At Great West Life, we're committed to helping you make a difference in your financial future. For the past 15 years, we've been the proud provider of the Engineers Canada sponsored Financial Security Program, a program to help you achieve your retirement income goals. Tonight, we're gathered to celebrate and recognize the world of difference engineering makes. And Great West Life is thrilled to once again sponsor this event and to show our support for your accomplishments. Congratulations to tonight's award winners for their outstanding achievements.
Alors, nous remercions la Great West Life de son généreux soutien. I would like to ask our Great West Life representatives, Leo Martins, to present the fourth award. Our next category tonight is the Medal for Distinction in Engineering Education. A member of Professional Engineers Ontario, Jonathan Rose, has taught classes ranging from large second-year courses introducing digital and computer systems to specialized graduate courses on computer-aided design and application design. He has also brought entrepreneurship into the classroom and business into the curriculum for engineering. He has received several national and international honors for his groundbreaking research and his contributions to field programmable, that's a tough word for me, gate arrays, prefabricated semiconductor chips that can be electrically configured to become any digital circuit. Professor Rose is one of the most committed and effective teachers at the University of Toronto's Faculty of Applied Science and Engineering. This is reflected in his outstanding teaching evaluations and his popularity among students. Let's watch his video.
Jonathan Rose teaches software and digital hardware courses at the University of Toronto. A U of T PhD graduate in electrical engineering with postdoctoral training from Stanford University, Professor Rose is a pioneer in the area of field programmable gate arrays. These are prefabricated semiconductor chips that can be configured to become any digital circuit. He has been a world leader in research concerning the architecture of these devices, as well as the software tools needed to both use and explore them. He has published 3 books, which have become fundamental references in the field of FPGAs.
Le professeur Rose donne un cours multidisciplinaire de cycle supérieur portant sur la création d'applications mobiles. Il fait le lien entre les matières traitées en classe et la technologie que ses étudiants utilisent déjà sans en comprendre tout à fait l'ingénierie sous-jacente.
For example, in the undergraduate course Digital and Computer Systems, he starts with a teardown of the iPhone, describing the function and purpose of every chip inside this widely used instrument and how that relates to the subjects in the course. Professor Rose wants his students to experience what it means to be an engineer. In his computer organization course, the final requirement is to create an engineering prototype. So, Professor Rose inspired his colleague Fred Aulich, a technician in the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, to design a kit that consisted of Lego blocks, motors, sensors, and an electronics driver board that connected to a locally built computer board. This Lego experience allows students the ability to build almost anything with a computer-driven motor and sensor, giving them the ability to move from a concept to the creation of a real engineering prototype. He believes that engineers are people who take fuzzy ideas and make them a reality, and the only way to learn that is to actually do it.
Son enthousiasme pour les applications de la logique numérique et sa fascination pour ce qu'on peut faire avec des 0 et des 1 sont contagieux.
For his commitment to teaching innovation and excellence, Engineers Canada is proud to present the 2015 Medal for Distinction in Engineering Education to Professor Jonathan Rose.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2015 recipient of the Medal for Distinction in Engineering Education, Professor Jonathan Rose.
Gosh, thanks. It's a delight and an honor to get an award like this, and I have to say I'm very appreciative of our society, and our society is you, the taxpayers, that gives us the chance to teach and mentor and mold the next generation while also trying to solve the problems that the next generation is going to have to face. So that funding for education and research comes from you, the taxpayer, and I really appreciate it. And I just want to say, right now I teach an introductory software course to first-year engineers, and I teach that in the very first term when, those of you who are engineers remember, we were getting hammered with a lot of math, calculus, physics, chemistry, and just sort of the theoretical stuff. We teach a course where you have to make something, you have to write computer programs. And the kids show up and they come from a world in which they're surrounded by software. And they're, on the one hand, excited to see how it works. On the other hand, it is the first real engineering experience they actually get, because you have to start from something like a fuzzy idea and make it into a real actual program. And so for some it's really exciting, and for some it's absolutely shocking. It's the things we had to learn to do as engineers to think critically and to create things. And so on the one hand I really enjoy teaching that course. On the other hand, it's a challenge to bring that, to make that happen at such an early educational age. And I think it's a really exciting thing. So I just thought I'd mention that's what I'm up to now. I'll just finish by saying all of this is only possible when you have a supportive family, and I'd love to thank my wife, Barbara Rose, who's sitting over there with me. Thank you very much. My love.
Félicitations, Professeur Rose. Thank you to Leo Martins of Great West Life for your assistance and ongoing support of these awards. Our next two awards are proudly sponsored by Manulife. Let's roll the video.
Your friends and longtime partners at Manulife thank you, outstanding men and women of the engineering profession, for the world of difference you make every day. It is truly amazing to see how figments of imaginations come to life, evolving into impressive engineering feats and making life infinitely better for all of us. Your recent efforts at giving back to communities, increasing awareness about climate change and sustainability issues, helping address the employment challenges of new Canadians, and even reducing world hunger are all testament to your responsiveness to the demands of this changing world. As you celebrate engineering excellence tonight, Manulife is truly proud to be a gold sponsor and your insurance partner for the past 67 years. Congratulations and more power to you all.
I would like to ask our Manulife representative, Jim Samaras, to present the next two awards. The recipient for the Meritorious Service Award for Community Service is Mark Bellamy. Le lauréat de la distinction pour service méritoire, service communautaire est Monsieur Mark Bellamy. Mark's personal motto is take a personal interest in every community you serve, identify with its people, and give the highest quality service of which you are capable. For more than 25 years, Mark Bellamy has contributed to organizations that reflect his commitment to the engineering profession, youth science outreach, and community service. He has made outstanding contributions to the engineering community and to the community at large, acting as an outstanding public ambassador for the engineering profession. Mark has also played a significant role in education, ultimately to serve both students and community. Let's watch this video.
Mark Bellamy, a senior principal and project manager at Stantec, develops and leads teams who plan and design transportation, urban development, water, and industrial projects across Western Canada. For more than 25 years, Mark has enjoyed giving back to his community through his contributions to organizations that reflect his commitment to the engineering profession, youth science outreach, and community service. Mark has played a leadership role in education, ultimately serving both students and the community. He volunteered for the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Alberta's Engineer in the Classroom initiative to encourage children to consider science and technology as a career.
Son engagement l'a amené à créer et à diriger le Southern Alberta Technology Council, une association sans but lucratif axée sur la vulgarisation scientifique au niveau de l'enseignement primaire et secondaire.
Mark also contributes to science outreach at a provincial level as a board member with the Alberta Science Network and serves on the advisory board for the University of Lethbridge Engineering Transfer Program. One of Mark's major contributions to the community was his untiring efforts as co-chair and project manager in making the 2013 Canada-wide Science Fair in Lethbridge, Alberta a huge success and an example for future events. The Science Fair provided an opportunity for almost 4,000 students and community members to view the work of 480 of Canada's top high school scientists. Mr. Bellamy led the team that recruited and organized 675 volunteers and fundraised more than $300,000. The event brought an economic impact of about $2.1 million to Lethbridge.
M. Bellamy a siégé au conseil de divers organismes communautaires, dont la Chambre de commerce de Lethbridge et le comité consultatif de l'aéroport du comté. Il est président du comité Heart of Our City de Lethbridge, un groupe au sein duquel il travaille depuis 7 ans.
Mark and his wife Beverly support many community organizations, including the Lethbridge Symphony Orchestra, the LSO Young Artists Competition, and Streets Alive, a homeless assistance organization. In recognition of his tireless dedication to his community, Engineers Canada is proud to present the 2015 Meritorious Service Award for Community Service to Mark Bellamy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mark Bellamy.
So thanks, first of all, to APEGA for nominating me, and thanks to Manulife, our sponsor, and Engineers Canada for this significant award. The practice of engineering is more than just a job. It's more than a career. It's an honorable profession that requires commitment to lifelong learning, as well as service to our community. And paramount to our practice of engineering is our obligation to build and protect society, both through our practice and through community service. The positive impact and the social impact of Engineers Canada and our over 280,000 members across Canada is significant. Every day, our members are making our community, our country, and our world a better place to work, live, and play. And I share this award with all of our members who are actively involved in community service. I'd like to thank my wife, Bev, for your support and encouragement over the last 34 years. I'd also like to thank my colleagues at Stantec, whose corporate goals and personal goals of building and contributing to your community is not just a corporate mission statement, but is lived out actively every day in real-life situations by our 15,000 staff across Canada, throughout North America, and around the world. And finally, thank you for being here tonight, each one of you, and being a part of this special awards gala. It's a great night for celebrating engineering in Canada. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mr. Bellamy. And Jim, you stay right there for our next award, who is also sponsored by Manulife. Thank you so much. The next award is Meritorious Service Award for Professional Service. The award is presented for outstanding contribution to a professional, consulting, or technical engineering association or society in Canada. Our recipient, Conrad Liliev, is dedicated member of Engineers Nova Scotia. As president of Engineers Nova Scotia, Mr. Leliev had a huge impact on his association and the associations across Canada. When the Canadian Council of Professional Engineers across Canada decided to change their name to Engineers Canada, it was Conrad who ensured that the Association of Professional Engineers of Nova Scotia was the first association to follow suit, now named Engineers Nova Scotia. The name change enabled the association to become more recognizable and accessible to the general public, and the benefits from the change continue today. Supporting his profession is incredibly important to Conrad. He sincerely believes that the role of an engineer is to make the world a better place, and puts that into action at all levels. Let's roll the video.
Mr. Lelièvre has over 40 years of experience in mechanical and safety-related engineering. His work at Engineers Nova Scotia has centered on occupational health and safety issues and how excellent engineering can positively affect the safety outcomes of design. He obtained his engineering diploma from St. Francis Xavier University and in 1975 graduated from the Nova Scotia Technical College. Conrad has been a licensed professional engineer in Nova Scotia since 1978. He also holds a Canadian Registered Safety Professional designation, which he obtained in 2003. A leading advocate for the national mobility of engineers, his work led to Engineers Nova Scotia being the first Canadian engineering regulatory body to formally recognize the full national mobility of mandatory professional development programs across Canada.
Monsieur Lelièvre a également joué un rôle important dans la révision du processus de traitement des plaintes et de mesures disciplinaires d'Engineers Nova Scotia, qui comprend désormais de nouvelles options de résolution des litiges et permet de réduire les frais juridiques. Depuis son adoption en 2008, ce processus a servi de modèle pour d'autres ordres dans l'ensemble du pays.
For these activities and decades of service to Engineers Nova Scotia, Conrad was awarded a Fellowship of Engineers Canada in 2008. Most recently, he was awarded the F.H. Sexton Gold Medal for his exceptional service to the engineering profession.
Monsieur Lelièvre est passionné par les voitures dites classiques. En 2013, il a coché 2 points sur sa liste de souhaits. L'expérience de conduite de Richard Petty et le pilotage d'un bolide de Stock Car NASCAR pendant 18 tours sur la piste de Las Vegas en conduisant à 225 km/h.
For his achievements as an engineer and his significant contributions in supporting the engineering profession, Engineers Canada is proud to present to Conrad Lelièvre the 2015 Meritorious Service Award for Professional Service.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our recipient of the 2015 Meritorious Service Award for Professional Service, Mr. Conrad Lelièvre.
Thank you very much. I'm truly honored to have been awarded this prestigious award by Engineers Canada. I really thank Engineers Canada, and secondly, I thank Engineers Nova Scotia for having nominated me. But most importantly, I have to thank the most important person in my life, my wife, Lorraine. She and I were married during my last year of university, so she has been by my side as a fantastic supporter of my career for my 40-year engineering career. And without her, this would not have been possible. I'd also like to thank my current employer, CBCL Limited Consulting Engineers in Halifax, for permitting me to work a 3-day work week. I worked 28 and a half years for Michelin Tire in Nova Scotia as a mechanical engineer in their plant engineering department. And as a result of that, we had a defined benefit pension plan, so when I turned 55, I was able to take that plan and take a knuckle full of their nickels. And CBCL was looking for a safety coordinator, and they thought that it would only take 3 days a week. So I took the job, fantastic, and that allowed me 2 days a week to be able to give back to my profession. And Len White knows a lot about this as CEO of Engineers Nova Scotia, but Chris Dove and I, over the last probably 24 to 26 months, we've conducted a series of probably 20 lunch and learn sessions all across Nova Scotia with safety-related information for engineers. One of the things I have a real passion for is occupational health and safety. And one of the things we need to do as professional engineers across Canada is make sure that the projects that we are working on are safe and do not harm people. We don't need another Elliott Lake. We don't need another Lake Megantic. So what we need to do is make sure that as part of the engineering education in the future is that we instill in the new engineers an automatic appreciation of what safety needs to be. Now, unfortunately, being from Nova Scotia, we do not have the number of sunny days that Calgary has. The one thing we do have, though, is I'll take you back a few thousand years. One of the statements made by a previous president of Engineers Nova Scotia, a gentleman by the name of John Terry, who has since passed on, told me once that you have to remember 2,000 years ago, wise men came from the east, and nothing has changed. Thank you very much.
He's a smart man. Félicitations, Monsieur Lelièvre. And thank you, Jim, again, and Manulife for your wonderful and continued support.
TD Insurance Meloche Monix's long-standing relationship with Engineers Canada has definitely enabled our business to experience firsthand how engineers can make a world of difference. TD Insurance aims at making engineers' daily life drama-free by offering insurance that fits. Special thanks to the over 100,000 of you who trusted us for your insurance needs. That way, you can be entirely dedicated to shaping the world of tomorrow by making our lives safer, more enjoyable, and more productive. We want to see communities thrive. We are supporting over 6,000 community organizations, universities, and colleges each year. Education and supporting excellence are part of TD's priorities. Last year alone, we contributed $3.6 million in bursaries and scholarships to create access to post-secondary education. We believe that engineers have a significant role to play in using the knowledge and tools of today to achieve the dreams of tomorrow. TD Insurance is honored to support the exceptional achievements of engineers and engineering students as they create the world of the future. Congratulations to this year's award winners for their significant accomplishments. Merci beaucoup. Bonne soirée.
Alors, merci de la généreuse contribution de TD Assurance Meloche Monix, our sponsor for our final 3 awards. I would like to ask our TD Insurance Meloche Monix representative, Paul Douglas, to present the awards. To start, let me introduce to you the National Award for the Engineering Project, which goes to the Port Mann Highway 1 Improvement Project onshore works. The Trans-Canada Highway between Vancouver and Langley is Metro Vancouver's busiest transportation corridor. The highway, with its associated interchanges and connections into the region's growing communities, not only services daily commuters, but also commercial trucks and provincial travelers. The original Portman Bridge was built in the early 60s when the population of Metro Vancouver was just 800,000 people. In 2011, the population was just over 2.3 million, and the 5-lane bridge and connection highway was not keeping pace with growing needs of the region. Let's have a look at the video.
The $2.5 billion Portman Highway 1 improvement project has transformed a section of the Trans-Canada Highway 1 into a reliable and effective regional transportation corridor for not only transit and commercial vehicles, but also for Metro Vancouver's 2.2 million residents and the additional 1 million expected over the next 30 years. The project doubled the capacity of the Portman Bridge from 5 to 10 lanes. The onshore work included widening and upgrading 37 kilometers of highway from Vancouver to Langley, significant geotechnical improvements, 30 kilometers of new high-occupancy vehicle lanes, and the replacement of 14 highway interchanges along the corridor.
Selon les estimations d'économie de temps effectuées pendant la phase de planification du projet, les réductions de temps de parcours pouvaient atteindre 30%. Grâce au nouveau pont Portman et à la modernisation de l'autoroute 1, de nombreux automobilistes ont réduit leur temps de trajet quotidien de jusqu'à 50%.
Joint venture H5M, created by Hatchmont McDonald with the MMM Group Limited, led the design for the project's $1.5 billion onshore works over an aggressive 5-year fast-track design and construction period. H5M met and overcame a series of complex project challenges, from highly variable soils and strict environmental obligations to preparing designs with a highly constrained and heavily utilized corridor.
L'équipe a réalisé plusieurs premières, comme la mise au point de la plus grande partie de la conception de l'autoroute par modélisation 3D, combinée à de nouvelles méthodologies de gestion de l'information sur la construction.
This project is truly an outstanding example of engineering excellence. Engineers Canada is proud to present the 2015 National Award for an engineering project or achievement to the Portman Highway 1 Improvement Project Onshore Design. Accepting this award on behalf of Hatchmont McDonald is the project design manager, Chris Mealing.
Please help me welcome to the stage, Chris Mealing.
Samantha talked about diversity, and I think after hearing about Suresh's award, I'm the other end of that spectrum, so we've got a little diverse thing here. I managed to help lead a team that built $1.5 billion of work with nothing more than poor concrete as a mental model. So I'm here with my colleagues Brian Art and Alad Griffiths and my wife and my best friend, Tanya. And I think we could all say we are totally, utterly humbled to be present amongst the peers we've seen here tonight. Humbled to be up here on accepting this honor with some of the folks we've seen tonight. I once aspired to work on a $100 million project one day before I retired when I was a young engineer. And to be part of a project of this scale is just an incredible honor. We have to thank the province of BC and the Transportation Investment Corporation who put a procurement model together that gave us the opportunity to bring innovation and creativity and passion to the project and come up with our own approach to it. We have to thank Kiewit Flatiron, who was our contractor, our client, and our partner, who we built the work with. We actually got to make stuff, which for me is kind of the highest calling of an engineer, is to actually make infrastructure, make things for society. And Dr. Rose, I think you highlighted it yourself. It's the creation and the camaraderie we got to share with our construction partner was fantastic. I speak for Hatchmont McDonald, and I have to extend my thanks and appreciation to the MMM Group and to the 13 partner firms that we put in our consortium. We started very early on and built a totally integrated team. We got new red t-shirts for everybody and just said we were going to just be H5M, forget who came from where. We're going to have the best man and Samantha, the best woman, for each role. I think it led to a really successful project, and I thank my partner and all of our partners for helping out with that. And I'd like to thank Engineers Canada for recognizing this Made in Canada accomplishment. It's a wonderful award, and I humbly accept it on behalf of what's literally hundreds of people that I'm privileged to share this honor with. So thank you very much.
Congratulations, Mr. Ealing. To you and your team, the Portman Highway 1 Improvement Project is most impressive. Our first gold medal this evening is the Gold Medal Student Award being presented to Connor Shy. La première de nos médailles d'or est la médaille d'or des étudiants ou étudiantes en génie. Et elle est assortie d'une bourse de 10 000 $. Nous la remettons ce soir à Connor Shy. Connor is a fourth-year engineering major specializing in energy and environment at the University of Calgary. He is the epitome of the next generation of engineering leaders embracing the values of integrity, drive, ingenuity, social conscience, and environmental responsibility. For Connor, engineering is more than a field of work. It is a tool set and path through which his life's mission will unfold. He is driven to learn more and constantly challenges himself. And as you're about to see, this is just the beginning of a great career. Let's take a look at his video.
Connor Shy is a fourth-year engineering major with an energy and environment specialization at the University of Calgary. He has worked on humanitarian and sustainable energy projects around the globe, from sand-based water filters in Nepal, sustainable development in Tanzania, global warming research in the Arctic and Antarctic, to Homes for Hope in Mexico. He has been identified as a leader in the Aboriginal community and was awarded the Aboriginal Youth Achievement Award for volunteerism in 2010. He was also chosen as a representative for the Métis Nation of Alberta in the Olympic Torch Relay.
Connor a participé à 2 compétitions de conception détaillée de structures et, dans chacun des cas, il a mis au point des conceptions révolutionnaires. Les ponts en styrène qu'il a créés présentaient chaque fois le rapport charge-poids le plus élevé. Et dans la première compétition, il a battu le record pour ce rapport de 50%.
As an active youth in his community and far beyond, Connor was chosen as a World Vision Youth Ambassador for International Development. He was also involved in oceanographic research in the Antarctic, serving as the Polar Ambassador for the Students on Ice Antarctic University Expedition. He has been the recipient of many academic and leadership scholarships, including the Seymour Schulich Academic Excellence Scholarship and the Stuart Olson Engineering Leadership Scholarship at the University of Calgary.
Connor a également été reconnu par l'École d'énergie d'Islande pour sa compréhension du secteur des énergies renouvelables. Il a remporté le concours international d'essai de cette école, ce qui lui vaut le remboursement des frais d'inscription au niveau de la maîtrise du programme de cours d'été 2015 à Reykjavik.
He is the epitome of the next generation of engineering leaders. Engineers Canada is proud to present the 2015 Gold Medal Student Award to Connor Shy.
Please welcome Mr. Connor Shy to the stage.
Wow, thank you. May I first say I am truly honored by this award, and like everyone else before me, super humbled. But as the 23-year-old who hasn't even gotten his ring yet, I'm really humbled. Not just because of the incredible caliber of the individuals in this room, but also because my accomplishments are not solely the product of my own efforts. There are also those of everyone who supported and mentored me along the way. To my family and loved ones here with me today, words can't describe my gratitude. And also to everyone else, like Seymour Schulich, the University of Calgary, the Students on Ice Foundation, and many, many more. But most importantly, thank you to Engineers Canada and TD for this affirmation that my values for sustainability and public service are wanted. And I truly know that this profession, this noble profession and calling that is engineering, is the best way to bring my dreams to reality. So thank you once more. I will strive every day to pay this forward.
Man. Like my wife would say, ow! No, we were joking. Before the evening, we had some pictures here with the recipients, and all the other men, they were joking that Connor was the next James Bond of engineering, because he's... And with his quick wit, he's such a gentleman, he looked at us and he goes like, license to design. He's a sharp cookie, man. Donc, nous offrons toutes nos félicitations à M. Shai et nous avons hâte d'entendre parler de tes réalisations dans cette carrière d'ingénieur. Congratulations to Mr. Shai. We are very much looking forward to hearing about your achievements as you move forward with your engineering career. And finally, I would like to introduce the last award of the evening, also sponsored by TD Insurance, Miloš Monex, the Gold Medal Award presented for exceptional achievement and distinction in the field of engineering. This year's recipient is Mr. Karel Villain, an accomplished engineer, businessman, and philanthropist. Karel Villain has been a member of the Ordre des Ingénieurs du Québec since January 1965, soon to turn 98. Thank you. Villain is still chairman of the board of directors of his company, which is now directed and run by one of his sons, Tom Villain. For decades, he was a driving force in the valve industry. The many awards and distinctions presented to this remarkable Canadian clearly point to the importance of his contribution. Let's roll the video.
Karel Villain, one of Canada's most eminent business figures, is an entrepreneur whose personal strengths enabled him to build a multinational company that is a world leader in the industrial valve sector. He studied at the Brno University of Technology in Czechoslovakia from 1935 until 1939, when the Second World War began, forcing him to wait until 1945 to receive his master's degree in engineering. When his country came under the Soviet sphere of influence a few years later, Karel Villain opted to flee communist rule. He immigrated to Canada in 1949 and immediately began to build what is today Villain Incorporated, with 17 manufacturing plants worldwide. The company generates annual revenues of over $500 million and employs over 2,000 people. Mr. Villain designed the first universal steam trap, which is still produced today just as it was originally designed. Villain Inc. currently holds some 20 patents in the area of industrial valves.
Monsieur Villain est renommé pour sa passion et son intérêt envers la cosmologie, comme en témoignent 2 ouvrages qu'il a publiés à ce sujet, ainsi que la fondation du pavillon d'astronomie Villain à Mont-Tremblant au Québec et celle du Cosmolab Villain au Mont-Mégantic.
Carol has always focused on helping others through his generous philanthropy, exemplified by establishing Olga House, a shelter for women operated by La Rue des Femmes, and many other humanitarian projects through the Velen Foundation, including the annual Velen Foundation Award.
Monsieur Velen a reçu de nombreux prix pour ses multiples activités et contributions professionnelles et humanitaires. Il a notamment été nommé Chevalier de l'Ordre national du Québec, a reçu le Grand Prix d'excellence de l'Ordre des ingénieurs du Québec, la distinction de Fellow de la Société canadienne des ingénieurs seniors et le prix de l'entrepreneur de l'année au Québec.
Mr. Velen's lifelong contributions in the field of engineering clearly reflect the vision and endeavor of the prestigious Gold Medal Award. Engineers Canada is proud to present the 2015 Gold Medal Award to Carol Velen.
Ladies and gentlemen, accepting the Gold Medal Award is Carol Velen's son, Mr. Tom Velen, President and CEO of Velen Incorporated.
Good evening. My father is really very proud to receive this prestigious Engineers Canada Gold Medal Award. He would have loved to be here in person, and he loves these events, but he's 97 years old and he can't travel anymore, so I've come to thank you on his behalf. Mechanical engineering has been a passion for my father from a young age. He also had a strong entrepreneurial spirit, so he wanted not only to design new products, but also to manufacture and bring the products to the market. And he always had a passion to really sell the products and promote them. He came to Canada with a dream to set up a manufacturing company, and when skeptics told him it was too difficult or couldn't be done, it just made him more determined to succeed and prove them wrong. The first name of our company was Velen Engineering, as my father saw it first and foremost as an engineering company. Then we had to change to Velen Inc. under francization rules. But Velen Engineering was the original name. I'm here in a room full of engineers, but I'm not an engineer. But I am CEO of the company founded by my father. We employ in Canada 50 professional engineers, and many more outside of Canada in our subsidiaries in 10 other countries. I've always been very impressed by the engineering profession, turning ideas into designs and making functional products that benefit society. We employ engineers in many different departments and have succeeded to supply top quality valves to many special services, such as 2,500 bellows seal cryogenic control valves for the CERN Hadron Collider. There was a picture before in the presentation of that. These are operating at minus 271 degrees centigrade, just 2 degrees above absolute zero. Titanium valves for the new generation of U.S. aircraft carriers. For that, we had a project from the Navy to develop the valves. Then we qualified them, and now we supply the valves to each ship set of the aircraft carriers. And we've supplied valves to every aircraft carrier in the last 50 years. And another example is valves to 350 nuclear power plants in 27 countries. My father was always energized by design or production challenges and had an old school approach, like getting ideas for a patented valve while driving the car down to the country, and then sitting down to sketch the designs on a drafting table. I remember some years ago we had a problem in one of our plants on design, so my father came over to the plant and he asked, show me the drafting table so I can work on this. And sorry, we got rid of the last drafting table. All we have is computers, which my father didn't know how to operate. If my father was here, he would probably end this by singing to you, as he did when he received the Quebec Engineering Award, where he sang Parlez-moi d'amour at the end and got a rousing ovation for it. I'm not going to follow in his footsteps on that one, but on his behalf, I want to thank Engineers Canada for this award, and I'd like to present you with a signed copy where AK inscribed with great appreciation of a pictorial history of our company, which chronicles the last 65 years of supplying engineered products to the global market. Thank you very much to Engineers Canada. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Tom. I just want to say I can vouch for the story that Tom told about his father singing the night he received the OIQ Prix d'Excellence. I happened to be there. I spent the past 12 months or so, 13 months, traveling across the country with my wife Peggy and attending AGMs and award galas, and all very memorable. And the hospitality has been tremendous. But it really started for us in April of last year when then President Jim Beckett was unable to attend the OIQ Awards Gala, so I went in his place. And it was a wonderful night, great hospitality, as you would expect in the sexiest city in Canada. And what do I remember most about that night? Well, as Tom said, the joy in the room. And when his father received the award from OIQ and he began to sing, I'd never seen anything like that in my life. It was marvelous. It was tremendous. I do thank you for this, Tom. Please give our best regards to your father and congratulations. And we will cherish this and we'll find a special place for it in the home of Engineers Canada. Thank you, Tom.
Many thanks to Paul, Amiet, and the sponsors' representatives for their help on stage, and thank you to all the sponsors, folks, for tonight's gala. We would like to say a special thank to you, to Engineers Canada Awards Committee and staff members William Meyer, Lucie Lefebvre, Mary Claverie, Laurelie Scott, Joachim Tolke, Emily Adams, and Daphne Smith for helping to bring this night together. Alors, quelle soirée magnifique. Merci énormément pour votre présence. Thank you so much for your presence, for your attention, for your engagement, for everything. That was just a great, great evening. Thank you so much again to Engineers Canada for inviting me to be your host again this year. It was a lot of fun. I'm starting to love engineers. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Yeah. So again, please stick around and get to meet our awards recipients. They're very smart people, amazing. Have a drink, celebrate, just seize the moment, folks. And next year, PEI. So, my name is Martin Latulippe, and it was an honor to be with you guys. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.